Have you ever had an itchy spot on your body that just refuses to go away? Many people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond assume it's just dry skin, irritation from clothing, or maybe even a mild allergy. But here's the truth: when itching lingers, especially in certain areas, it can sometimes signal something much more serious. Your body is constantly trying to communicate with you, and ignoring these signals could cost you valuable years of health and independence. In today's video, we're going to uncover 5 specific itchy spots on the body that could point to hidden health risks after age 60. Some of these itchy areas may look harmless at first glance, but if you pay close attention, you'll realize they could be your body's early warning system before a bigger problem shows up. Stay with me until the very end, because the final itchy spot we'll cover is the one most people brush off, and it may actually be the most dangerous of them all. But before we dive in, make sure you've subscribed and turned on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming health tips. If you find this information helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know. If not, type 0 so I can continue improving these videos for you. Now, let's get started. Itchy spot number 1. The lower legs, a circulation red flag. One of the most common places older adults notice persistent itching is on the lower legs, around the shins, calves, and ankles. It's easy to dismiss it as simple dryness, irritation from socks, or even a detergent reaction. But if this itch keeps coming back, especially at night, it could be a sign that your circulation is weakening. Here's why this matters. Your legs are the farthest point from your heart, which means blood has to work extra hard to reach them. As we age, narrowed arteries, weakened veins, or poor cardiovascular health can slow that blood flow. The result? Your skin gets less oxygen and fewer nutrients. That lack of nourishment leads to dryness, irritation, and sometimes even tingling or burning sensations. In more serious cases, it can point to peripheral artery disease (PAD), a condition that dramatically increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Let me share an example. James, a 73-year-old retired teacher, noticed that his shins itched almost every night no matter how much lotion he applied. At first, he thought it was just another sign of aging skin. But when he finally mentioned it to his doctor, tests revealed that his circulation was slowing, putting him at risk for blood clots and serious heart problems. By making lifestyle changes, walking more during the day, improving his diet, and staying hydrated, James not only reduced his itching but also improved his circulation and energy levels. If you'd like to test your circulation at home, try this simple check. Press your finger firmly into your shin for a few seconds and then release. If the indentation lingers for an unusually long time before disappearing, that's a sign your circulation may not be working as it should. Ignoring persistent lower leg itching could mean overlooking one of the earliest warning signs of vascular trouble. If this sounds familiar, don't just assume it's old skin. Talk with your doctor and take steps now to protect your circulation before it leads to something much more serious. Itchy spot number 2, the upper back, a nerve signal you shouldn't ignore. Now, let's move on to another spot that often goes overlooked, the upper back. While many people think of itching in this area as nothing more than dry skin, it can sometimes signal nerve-related issues. We'll dig deeper into this in just a moment. If you've ever had an itchy sensation in your upper back, especially near the shoulder blades, and no matter how much you scratch it just won't go away, pay attention. This isn't always just dry skin. In many cases, persistent itching in this spot can actually be a signal of nerve-related damage rather than a surface-level skin problem. A lot of people brush it off as a minor irritation, but there's a condition called notalgia paresthetica that develops when nerves in the spine become compressed or irritated. Here's what's really happening inside your body. As we age, the discs in our spine gradually lose hydration and shrink. That shrinkage can put pressure on nerves in the upper or even burning. Yet, there's no actual cause on the skin itself. That's why scratching never seems to help. The problem isn't on the surface. It's coming from the nerves underneath. This type of nerve compression is more than just uncomfortable, it can serve as an early warning sign of spinal degeneration. If left untreated, it can lead to reduced mobility, chronic pain, and posture problems that affect not only your comfort, but also your long-term independence and longevity. Take Roger, age 68. He began noticing a strange itch just below his right shoulder blade. No matter what lotion he used, no matter how hard he scratched, the itch remained. Finally, he saw his doctor, who discovered the true cause, a pinched nerve in his upper spine. If Roger had ignored it, the issue could have progressed into more serious spinal complications. But through targeted stretching, posture improvements, and physical therapy, he managed not only to relieve the itching, but also to prevent further nerve damage. Here's a simple way you can check at home. Press your fingers into the itchy area on your upper back. If the sensation feels oddly deep, numb, or tingly, instead of just surface-level itching, it may be a nerve issue rather than a skin problem. If that sounds familiar, don't ignore it. It could be your spine asking for attention before it turns into bigger mobility problems down the road. If you're still with me and finding this information helpful, go ahead and type the number 2 in the comments so I know you're here. Now, let's move on to another important warning sign. Itchy spot number 3. The palms. A silent signal from your liver. Now, itching isn't always about nerves or circulation. Sometimes it's your liver trying to get your attention. If you've noticed that your palms itch frequently, especially if it comes and goes without a clear reason, this may be more than just dry skin or irritation from soap. In certain cases, it can be an early sign of liver dysfunction, bile buildup, or even the beginning stages of liver disease. Here's why. Your liver plays a crucial role in filtering toxins from your blood and producing bile, which helps digest fats. But when the liver isn't working properly, bile salts can leak into the bloodstream. These bile salts irritate the skin and often cause itching in sensitive areas like the palms of your hands or the soles of your feet. What's tricky is that this type of itching doesn't usually improve with moisturizing creams, because the issue isn't on the surface, it's happening inside your body. Many people also report that this itching becomes more intense at night, which can make it even more disruptive. Consider Walter, a 72-year-old who began experiencing random episodes of itchy palms, especially in the evenings. At first, he assumed it was something he touched or maybe even a detergent reaction. But when the problem persisted, he saw his doctor. Blood tests revealed that his liver enzymes were elevated, a sign of early-stage fatty liver disease. Thankfully, with lifestyle adjustments, cutting back on processed foods, adding more leafy greens, drinking more water, Walter was able to stabilize his liver health and reduce the itching. Want to try a quick at-home check? Press your thumb firmly into the center of your palm and hold it for a few seconds before releasing. If the skin stays red longer than expected or feels overly sensitive, that could be a subtle indication of underlying liver stress. So, if your palms have been itching without an obvious cause, don't ignore it. It could be your body's way of telling you that your liver needs care long before more serious issues develop. Itchy spot number 4, the scalp, a hidden sign of blood sugar imbalance. If you've been dealing with persistent scalp itching and there's no dandruff, rash, or obvious irritation, you might want to take a closer look. Believe it or not, chronic itching on the scalp can sometimes be an early sign that your blood sugar levels are out of balance. Most people never connect scalp problems to internal health, but here's the reality. When blood sugar runs high for too long, it creates low-grade inflammation throughout your body. That inflammation weakens the immune system, irritates the nerves, and even damages the protective barrier of your skin. As a result, your scalp may become overly dry, tender, and itchy. In some cases, this can even serve as an early red flag for prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, a condition that not only affects your daily life but can also shorten your lifespan if ignored. Take Richard, age 69. For months, he battled constant scalp itching that no shampoo or special conditioner seemed to solve. At first, he blamed it on hair products, but after talking with his doctor, blood work revealed that his fasting glucose levels were in the pre-diabetic range. With a few simple changes, cutting back on sugary snacks, walking after meals, and drinking more water, Richard saw his blood sugar stabilize and surprisingly, his scalp itching faded away. Here's a quick check you can try. Run your fingers firmly over different areas of your scalp. If it feels unusually dry, overly sensitive, or you notice random itching that doesn't match up with dandruff or irritation, it might be worth asking your doctor about your blood sugar. The sooner you act, the easier it is to prevent complications. Remember, taking care of your diet.
Comments so I know you're here. Now, let's move on to the last itchy spot, and it may be the most important one of all. Itchy spot #5, the soles of your feet, a nerve damage warning. When you think of foot itching, you probably imagine dry skin, athlete's foot, or maybe irritation from socks. But if you've noticed persistent itching on the bottoms of your feet, especially at night, don't dismiss it too quickly. This can sometimes be a sign of nerve damage, poor circulation, or early neuropathy. Here's why it matters. The nerves in your feet are some of the most delicate and sensitive in your entire body. They're also the first to suffer when circulation slows down or when blood sugar levels are unstable. When these nerves are irritated or begin to break down, they can send false signals to your brain. Instead of real pain, the brain may interpret it as tingling, burning, or constant itching that doesn't go away with lotion or scratching. If left untreated, this nerve damage can lead to numbness and reduced sensation. That's dangerous because it increases the risk of falls, unnoticed injuries, and wounds that heal poorly. Over time, these complications can affect mobility and independence. Let me share Frank's story. At 74, Frank began noticing nightly itching on the soles of his feet. No matter what lotion or cream he applied, the discomfort always came back. Eventually, he told his doctor, who ran some tests and found signs of early peripheral neuropathy, a condition often tied to diabetes and circulation problems. With early intervention, dietary changes, more physical activity, and better foot care, Frank was able to slow the progression and keep his feet healthy. If you're curious whether this applies to you, here's something to try. Press gently along the bottoms of your feet. If you notice unusual tingling, burning sensations, or numbness in addition to itching, it could be your nerves trying to warn you. So, if your feet have been itching for reasons that don't seem connected to dry skin or allergies, don't ignore it. Your body may be signaling nerve or circulation issues that need attention before they become more serious. Final thoughts. By making simple but consistent lifestyle changes like walking more often, eating a balanced diet, and giving your feet the care they deserve, you can greatly reduce itching, slow the progression of nerve damage, and protect your overall health. Here's a quick test you can try right now. Take the cap of a pen and lightly run it across the sole of your foot. If you notice that one foot feels the sensation less than the other, or if the itchiness comes with tingling, burning, or even numbness, that could be a subtle sign of nerve-related issues. Don't ignore it. These small clues can help you catch problems early, long before they become serious. If you've been experiencing unexplained itching, especially at night or without any clear reason, it's also important to watch for other symptoms. Tingling, numbness, changes in skin color, unusual fatigue, or even shifts in your digestion could all be part of the bigger picture. Addressing these signs early can prevent complications that affect your mobility, independence, and longevity. Now that we've gone through the 5 specific itchy spots that can signal hidden health risks, the key takeaway is this. Itchy skin may look harmless, but when it happens often and doesn't respond to normal remedies, it can be your body's way of waving a red flag. These signs could be linked to circulation problems, nerve damage, blood sugar imbalances, or even liver concerns. The sooner you pay attention, the sooner you can take steps to protect your health. So here's my question for you. Which of these warning signs have you noticed in your own life? Have you ever dealt with an itch that just wouldn't go away no matter what you tried? I'd love to hear your story. Share one thing you've learned from today's video and how you plan to use it in your daily routine. Your thoughts and experiences matter, and when you leave a comment, it not only encourages us but also helps others in this community who may be going through the same thing. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Your support allows us to keep making videos that inform, encourage, and inspire. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring simple ways to stay healthier, stronger, and more independent at every age.